Hello and welcome back to Sport on 7 from the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Now the real success of the event is dictated by the amount of effort put off-field by the fans themselves. Now we're joined here by Annette and Stephen. So thank you guys for joining. Now a wonderful spectacle out here at the Dubai Rugby Sevens this time round.
Always, yes, always a great event. It's our 10th event, so always fun.
No, I love it every time. We come from Abu Dhabi every year for 10 years now. We haven't missed one.
It's a wonderful fancy dress time to be in fancy dress as well, and brilliant idea. So tell us about how this idea came about.
Well, obviously I'm the White Rabbit and he's the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, and I'm late for a very important date.
Well, you didn't miss the semi-finals between Fiji and England. It was a good chance for England to get through to the final. So what were your thoughts in terms of supporting England this time around?
Well, yeah, supporting England, but I think the best team won. So we'll just have to wait for the third and fourth round playoffs between Wales and England. So that's him and me. So.
I'm Welsh, she's English. The next round will be interesting.
For sure it will be. Now, you guys have been regulars. Now, if you could talk to us about convincing people who haven't been to the Sevens, or even with people who are tourists and are willing to come to Dubai Sevens, how would you sell the event?
Just come and enjoy it. I mean, just let your hair down and support your team. Or your ears, yeah, they do that quite a bit too. And support your team, and yeah, it's a great weekend.
As you say, it's a party. Come for the sport, come for the party, come for both.
The Sevens are an awesome experience. It really is. You just get everyone together, you're having a joyful time, everyone's just having a ball, and you're just getting to celebrate your countries, cheer them on, and it really is a fantastic experience. I saw the US and it's been a lot of fun. I'm hanging out with mostly Brits, and just to poke at them a little bit, I've been cheering on for Australia and so forth, but it's been good.
Anyone's against England.
Yeah. The Sevens I've been going to since the early 90s. It's a fantastic event. It's multicultural. There's so many people here. And you know what? It's a fantastic way to have a great time. And that's what we're here to do. So we're here to have we're here to enjoy the fun and make the most of it. England have done okay. And last year they came in against the Fijians in the semi-finals. You know what? We are up for it this year, and we're going to make sure we win it.
The crowd may have been used to the cheerleaders for the off-pitch entertainment. However, this year things were a little different, with a Tina Turner impersonator from Australia and Jamaica who enthralled the crowd with some of the greatest hits.
I just loved it. As soon as I put on the dress, put on the shoes, get in the zone, and go out and do what I do. It's what I do for a living, and I just love it. So it doesn't really matter how big a crowd is or how small a crowd is, because it still comes from me, and you just let it out. I can't believe how many Tina Turner fans are actually in the audience. It's overwhelming, and it's amazing. It's the biggest audience I've ever sang to live like this, and I just feel privileged to be doing what I'm doing. I think with Tina Turner, it's all about the energy. So every song with Tina is very energy orientated. So I don't really have a favourite. And if I was to, it wouldn't be the ones I'd be doing here. It would be like We Don't Need Another Hero, Mad Max. I love that. I love the big ones like that. And obviously Simply the Best is an anthem.
Well, that's it for all the action from the Dubai Rugby Sevens. We'll now head over to the Dubai Polo and Equestrian Club, which celebrated the 45th National Day in a glamorous fashion with the National Day Polo Cup. It was an afternoon of glitz and glamour as a large crowd gathered at the Equestrian Club dressed in their finest to catch the action of what has been known as the Sport of Kings. Organised every year for the last 3 years, the National Day Polo Cup has been a unique way to mark the country's historic landmark, while for the polo players it was a much-needed preparation ahead of the new season. The event started off with a display of camel polo to pay tribute to the UAE's heritage, before the main encounters that thrilled the crowd throughout the afternoon. All eyes were on the local heroes, the Al Haptor team, that have dominated the local polo scene for decades, as it was set up against the Bangash side in the subsidiary final. Eventually, it was the Bin Dry side who stole the show and won the National Day Polo Cup.
We prepare for the tournament. We prepare the last 2 weeks we've been playing this tournament. And for the last day, of course, it's a final. Everybody wants to win. So many people come here, enjoy the day. They have many events, and it's a good day. We're ready for it. We have 2 players from Argentina, myself and Gregorio Gelosi. We're a 10-goal team with the 2 binderais. And we've been playing this tournament for 2 weeks. We had very, very tough games, 3 games. And we won the semi-final, very, very close game. And so we come all the way from Argentina to play this national day. Mostly we train the horses very specifically for this day. We train them. We've been training them the whole week to get ready for today.
It is one of the first 10-goal tournaments of the season. So all the teams are getting ready for the rest of the season by preparing for this tournament. We are a bit unlucky that we didn't reach the final, but we are looking forward to improving in the next few tournaments, and the quest goes on basically. So we ride virtually every day, probably for anything from 1 hour to 1.5 hours. The professional players are riding in the morning, in the afternoon as well. The horses are getting trained every day as well, so there's a lot of work that goes into it. For the matches themselves, we play a lot of practice matches against the other teams just to get into the match play a little bit faster than the club level play. So it's a daily work. A lot of people involved, from the grooms, the club itself. The grounds need a lot of maintenance as well. The players are quite dedicated. They start at 5:30 in the morning, and normally they finish around 6 or 7 in the evening as well. So it's a full day's work, and a lot of work goes behind playing the tournaments.
To be honest, it's all about organization. Like I have my horses, I have my grooms that take care of everything. I have a chief groom that handles everything from medication to walking to what time we're sleeping, bowling, what time we're riding, down to the wraps, to the buckles, to the saddles. It's a full organization, full operation. You have to dedicate all of your time to it. It's not a joke. These are animals, and you need to get the best out of them. So you need to be given the best training possible and care.
According to the organisers and some of the players, polo is fast evolving to become a family sport due to the presence of the Polo Academy at the centre and the opening of the new Haptur Polo Club this year.
It certainly is, and there's a big international flavour coming in, but again the children are coming up through the sport. We welcome members. We have a polo academy here, so we train anybody who'd like to join into the sport. So it's really become a very open sport for everybody. And they have the ability to be able to compete at the low levels and work their way up to whatever level they want to be. The club's been going about 10 years now, and I think polo's obviously it's the sport of kings, but I think what EMAR have managed to do here is to bring in that family feel. So we've been able to open it up to everybody here on UAE Day. So we've got the picnic side out there, we've got the general public coming, and obviously we've got a private function going on here. But there's a lovely catalyst in this club here whereby everybody can join in the sport here.
Well, that's it for the sporting action hosted at the start of December. We'll now be taking a short break. But when we come back, we're talking Henrik Stenson's coronation as Europe's #1 golfer.